Welcome to this end of year oracle reading. The year we are working with is 2025, and I'm just asking our teams in spirit of the highest Christed light. I'm asking for our monads. I'm asking for the aspects of us that are residing in spirit to help us to best close out the year, to help us to see what maybe we couldn't see earlier in the year. And now with the thinning veils, there might be some things we can see. So right off the bat, I've got a whole bunch of groups dropping into my consciousness. Feels like the monads today. Yep. It's interesting. What I'm receiving is that a lot of you know exactly who you are. Okay. And so this message is going to be a little bit more about you understanding yourself not as a soul, because what I'm showing is all of you that will watch this live time and in the recording, you know who your soul is. You're very familiar with your soul and you know who your soul is, but you don't quite yet know who you are as a human. So what I'm sensing is that in this reading, we're not just going to get an end of year reading, but we're also going to get to know who we are as humans. So I'm seeing that a lot of you would be really benefited to have a notebook because you've been doing the soul work and you know who you are as a soul again. But I'm seeing like all these ego blockades that get in the way. It's like it bounces things off, where this is coming in so subtle and so fine and so right away. So I'm just going to go with it. But it's as if okay, this is going to be like a little bit more of like I'm speaking to you all individually and you're all going to hear. What I'm seeing is that I'm going to be channeling basically from the Akashic Records in this session to all of you individually, and each of you is going to hear something different. Like as I'm speaking, what I'm seeing is that each one of you is going to pick up something different from what I'm saying. And I'm even sensing that some of the channeled messages that I'm going to bring through today, it might seem like we're talking about relationships or jobs or travel or some topic, let's say. But you'll be hearing the message about another area of your life, and it will make sense to you in that area. So just let that sit with you for a second, because that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that this is going to be a very universal transmission. Okay. And I'm just asking that everything that does come through me today as the channel, as the conduit, as the vessel, as the broadcaster, be for the highest and best good of all and nothing else. I'm also asking that the archangels stay in the comment section to protect the comment section, to keep it divine. And also I'm sensing that a lot of you would be benefited. Let's see. This is a very weird message that's coming in. Okay, so what I'm receiving from your guardian angels is that you would all be very benefited to, for the rest of the year, have your guardian angel with you at all times, and to ask your guardian angel when you're in doubt. This is what I'm getting from the guardian angels. And they're showing me that there might be times in the future where you want to go comment something or talk to this person about something or like resolve this thing over here or tidy up this thing over here or whatever. Like there's just some, you might get a craving or a desire to do something interrelationally or with the people in your life or, you know, anyone that you're interacting with. Like you might get an ego lying urge to say something really bold to someone in the next month, in a like month and a half-ish. And my guides are showing me if you were to carry this out, let's say, like it definitely feels like a negative thing. It feels like your guides want you to not do this negative thing where you either, and it's kind of like an energy of triggering, like you're going to trigger someone, okay? Or you're going to do this thing that in the moment will feel very empowering and it feels very like, yes, I should do this. Yes, this is who I am and I must say this and I must do this and I must, it's very like, it's very ego charged. But when you have your guardian angel with you, I want you to ask, like, is this that thing that one chick I came across on TikTok mentioned? Am I about to do that thing that one chick on TikTok mentioned? Ask your guardian angel because you'll know right away. You'll get kind of like your guardian angel will kind of sit with you and be like, good child, okay? But it feels like your guardian angels are just wanting to save you from, and I don't even like to say the word save. It's like save is a yucky word to me for some reason. But what they're saying is, they're showing me grenades now. Okay, this is so nuts. They're showing me like you have the potential to throw a grenade into your life in this next month thinking it's a good thing, and it's not a good thing. It's like gonna make your life really chaotic and really depressing, and you're gonna regret it. Is the big message I'm getting, is that you're gonna regret it. So don't. And it's a lot of scenarios here. So I'm seeing a lot of scenarios. I'm seeing like partner scenarios. I'm seeing friend scenarios. I'm seeing coworker scenarios. I'm seeing some of you have joined communities that you're really starting to like get entrenched in these communities. And it's like there too. Like you're about to kind of like you just discovered a really powerful soul family or community or connection, or I'm seeing Zumba classes, yoga classes, exercise classes, gyms. I'm seeing gyms. Okay. Yeah. It's like somewhere in all of this that I'm mentioning, all of you have the potential to have your ego damage it. Is this making sense? Does anyone have any questions? Okay, good. It was like a really delicate message to bring through because they showed me kind of what we were going to be talking about right away, but then they had me start talking about it in a way that would be receivable. Okay. How do you know your guardian angels, etc.? Your guardian angels will always be a presence of unconditional love. Your guardian angels will always be a presence of, They can give you tough love, so that is possible, but your guardian angels will never judge you. Your guardian angels will never scold you. Your guardian angels will never put you down. Your guardian angels will never intervene. They won't intervene. So if you want to be working with your guardian angel, beautiful, but you have to be the one to say it. What kinds of things are you saying will happen in those places? So what I was seeing in that example, Kate, was that some of you have the potential to really, really damage your relationships in the next month because of, I mean, we're in the Scorpio new moon energy still, which is underbelly. It's underworld, it's underbelly, it's the deep unconscious, it's the deep subconscious. Scorpionic energy is very important. It's very intense. And it's an energy that I would guide you all to handle with really delicate care. Because some of the waters that you're visiting within yourself and within the earth are storing memory. Storing memory. So it's just really important that we be emotionally intelligent this month. Lavelle sharing to ask your angels to sit with you while you sleep. The most loving and floating sleep ever. That's cool. Yeah, that would be a great way to, if you feel like you don't know your guardian angels or your team in spirit that's always around you and supporting you, you might want to ask to develop an intimate connection and intimate relationship with your guides while you sleep. You want to get to know them. You want to understand what they're there to support you with. You want to understand what their communication styles are. You want to understand, you can even do this thing where you, after you've, let's say, met your guides and you know your guides, and guides are oscillating all the time. There's always a movement in and a movement out. It's not like you have one guide that's like this way and they look like this and their name is this. And that's a very disintegrated way of understanding these guides, because these guides are made of plasma and light. They are not in forms. They are not embodied in a physical vessel. And I wouldn't suggest you talk to demons, but if you have demons coming into your space, sage it. I'm going to do that right now, and then just go ahead and block. Mad Lad 737. Mad Lad 737. You know, I'm going to let him stay because it feels like he needs to learn something here. It feels like he does. You need to learn some things, and you need to figure out when you're embodying your own demons. So what I'm sensing is Lala, no. Our guides don't have egos. I can tell we've got some newbies here. So everyone who's like who's been here a lot is like sensing some of the people in the room. It's so funny. We're going to let everybody be exactly as they are. We're going to meet everyone exactly where they are. You know, this is going to happen a lot when people that are really, really closed off to their own guidance see someone channeling their guides, they're going to say mean things. I'm seeing like shooting the birds out of the sky. They're going to try to take them down. So that's the ego doing the thing that the ego does. It does that. The ego is a protector. The soul also has facets that are protectors as well. But we haven't even gotten in the cards. So we're going to get started with the cards. And then that one person that said that, if you want to stay, you can. I'm not going to block you. But don't say stuff like that in here. We're keeping this space divine. Okay? Or if you don't know what you're... I don't understand that one, Mystical Blue Eyes. But, okay, so we're going to get going with the cards. Because I don't want my ego to get all tripped up and distracted. So, okay. We have the Rose Oracle, which is Rebecca Campbell and Katie Louise. We have the Work Your Light Oracle, which is Rebecca Campbell and Danielle Noel. And then we have the Tarot, and then the card deck that my guides kind of like channeled through some terms. Okay. And I'll open up don't ask questions. I want to be like nice about this, but don't ask questions unless I've opened up a space to ask questions. Please. Let's not ask questions unless I open up a space for it, because if we want to get the most out of today's session, I want to be channeling for this. Okay? Okay. The sage took care of some things. I'm just going to let that happen. I'm seeing this thing. They're showing me... I'm thinking of Technicolor dream coats, but I'm thinking of it. What they're showing me is that... Okay. Let me try to channel this really quickly before I start the cards. What I'm being shown is that humans, when we don't understand our fear, if we don't understand our fear, the ego kind of starts this process, I'm going to call it, of creating a Technicolor dream coat. It starts to create this coat, this protection, that to the ego, feels better. It feels like, okay, I've identified all of these fears in my life. I'm afraid of this, I'm afraid of that, I'm afraid of this, I'm afraid of that, I'm afraid of this, I'm afraid of that. So I'm going to create embellishments on this coat. I'm going to, every single time, oh, there's a judgment rune, I'm going to create this judgment embellishment. So that whenever judgment comes into my life, it bounces off this judgment embellishment. Okay? Or rejection. Okay, I'm very, very afraid of rejection. So I'm going to create this coat, this protective coat, with this special embellishment that whenever rejection starts to come into my field, it's going to bounce off this embellishment. So the ego is perceiving that this coat, let's say, is protecting it. The ego is very happy with this coat. The ego has spent many years on this coat, embellishing it and getting it to the pizzazz and va-va-voom and beautiful aesthetic that your ego wants this to be. And the ego doesn't understand that having this coat on prevents you from soulful connection, from soulful expression, from soulful manifestation. So the coat might feel safe. But in this transmission, our guides are helping us understand that this coat that we've created with our ego to blockade anything that might possibly piss us off or make us afraid or make us sad, we think the coat is protecting us. It is not protecting us. It's an illusion. Okay, let's get some cards. Feels like they're working in the sacral plexus right now for those of you that would want to receive healing in this session for the highest and best good of all. Feels like your guides are working in the sacral plexus in this moment. Okay. So you're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing true north. My guides are wanting me to channel on how being yourself is all you have to do. They're saying, my guides are saying when they hear it from me as Bree, you might not hear it, but can you hear from your higher self? Okay. Can you hear from your higher self that all you need to do is just be you? Being you isn't difficult. Being you is the easiest thing. Being you is the most natural thing. You're already doing it. Being your authentic self is easy. I'm sensing that a lot of you would have had some projections in life telling you not to be yourself. Rubbish. Rubbish. You can be yourself. Someone can't handle you being yourself? All right, move on. There's 8 billion souls here. Okay? There's 8 billion souls on the planet. Some of you are trying to customize like the way that you are to this like 10 people in your life. That's what I'm seeing. There's like 10 people in your life that you really want to convince you're this way. You want them to see you this way. You want them to label you this way in your roles. You want them to blah, 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 blah. So you're kind of like creating this, again, it's a coat. It's like a coat. And, you know, I'm seeing like when certain people are around, different parts of the embellishment of the coat go off because it's like, it's almost as if some of you are willing to have people in your life that are very judgmental because it feels safe. It's just so wild the way this is coming up. Yeah. Yep, that's it. So some of you are kind of keeping like abusive people in your life because it feels safe. And you think that this Technicolor dream coat that you have on is protecting you. But it's kind of like a mockery. It's like making a mockery of your soul. I don't know. It's hard to explain this. Hopefully this is resonating with some of you because it's coming in very usually it comes in kind of like a light airiness. Today it's coming in rather precise. Today it's coming in rather formed, I'll say. Even like the channel feels like it's coming in very formed. It's hard to explain. And these guides are like, whoo! Okay. Does anyone have any questions on what I was just channeling so we can get like a complimentary message? Complimentary. I'm seeing like complimentary breakfast. Welcome to the bed and breakfast. I mean, in all reality, this is gonna sound so weird. It's gonna scare so many of you off, but that's fine. One of the things I do in my sleep time is help souls. I might have been in some of your dreams. I do this pretty much every night. I work with souls. It's typically scenarios where we're like organizing or clearing things out or moving. I'll help them move. Or I'll kind of like, it'll be bus stations or train stations or airports or I work with humanity in my sleep pretty much every night to assist. How can you feel safe when it's not equal frequency? There's every kind of frequency. There's every kind of frequency. It's like, yeah, a lot of people say that to me. Let's see. Okay. Someone said you lost me on that. Yeah, mystical blue eyes, it feels like you get lost in this space a lot. Maybe your ego doesn't want some of this. Are you conscious of the work you do during sleep? Yeah, I am. I am conscious of the work I do during my sleep. I wasn't most of my life. Mystical blue eyes, I'm only saying that because you seemed to get triggered in here. And triggering isn't bad. Triggering is your ego going, uh-oh, someone's coming for one of our beliefs. Alert the authorities. That's what the ego is doing when we're triggered. Okay, so I'm just going to ask about you're already doing it and being yourself. How many of you feel like you have to put on a show to be safe? Okay. Those of you that resonated with that, part of the reason why you might get triggered in this session, if you do, not saying you will, but if you do, it's because what you're looking to take off or shed was what was keeping you feeling safe. So even for Mystical Blue Eyes, that's what I'm sensing. This transmission is encouraging you to take it off, let go of it, and just be you. Take that coat off. Take that take the show off. You don't have to put on a show. But of course, because the ego got really familiar with this jacket, this sweet little Technicolor jacket that it created, it's going to want to grip it. Your negative self-talk is keeping you safe. No, it is not. But it seems like your ego has gotten pretty good at being tricky like that. Your negative self-talk never keeps you safe. It keeps you in pain. And it keeps you out of your power. The mask is needed for certain people. If the coat thing, the mask thing comes up and you feel like you only need the coat or the mask for certain people, do the healing with those certain people. This is what my message is to you. Do the healing with them. If you can't, if it's someone that you feel is not in a good mental place or a healthy place, have a meditation with their higher self and process it. Have a meditation with their higher self and your higher, be sure that you're in your higher self. You don't want to go your ego to their higher self. You want to go higher self to higher self. I want to talk about this very clearly. Any healing like this that you feel needs to be done and you feel like you need to put on a mask, hide, protect yourself, whatever, heal it. Stop trying to protect against it. Stop trying to put a Band-Aid over it. Heal it. Or for some of you, if these people are in your life and you have the ability to safely, lovingly create distance, create space, then do that. Okay? Until you feel healed enough to address it in the physical. And until you can address it in the physical, address it with the higher self. Patrick, how do you know if it's ego or north node? What I'm hearing right now is that north node and ego are not related. I don't know. They're saying ego is more affiliated with your sun sign. If you want to learn more about if something is driving you and you feel like it's out of alignment or it's like not like you, it's just something that is an ego program, then I would look at your sun sign. And try to see within your sun sign, because every sign has a wound to work through. Every sign has strengths. Every sign has weaknesses. Every sign has characteristics, we can call this. So if you feel like you're struggling between the ego and the soul, what needs more understanding? Is it your ego or is it your soul? Which one needs more understanding? And Lavelle, I hear you on that, but there's a lot of people in some scenarios that I can see currently, Lavelle, that need to create space. So I really want to be a proponent of like, I'm not saying every single person in this world has your best interest and you should have them in your life. No, I will not say that. I can see very clearly that that's not the case for a lot of you. So I want to put safety first. I don't want to say, oh, love everyone, accept everyone, oh, you just love it, everything is all love and light, and oh, you must do the healing with them directly, and you're not allowed to have no contact. It's Earth. It's duality here. So there will be times, very likely, that you do need to take space so that you can get back in tune with your soul. Because egos overlap, okay? Egos start to blend. All right, let's get some more cards. We already worked at this one. I want to do the Rose Oracle. Looks like you're all talking to each other, so I'm not going to read all of them because you're having a nice little chat, and I like that. That's fantastic. Chat with one another. Hear from one another. Okay. 4 and 7. 4 and 7. Okay. This is the other thing I want to say. Okay, so you might have people in your life that are coming to you and they're going like, should I work this job? Should I break up with this person? Should I be with this person? Asking you about how to live their life. Please don't. Even if you're a light worker, okay? Even if you're like an energy healer, you're serving, you're channeling. When someone asks you, how do I live my life? Don't tell them. I would encourage you instead to be the most amazing questioner on planet Earth. Be the most amazing questioner. Have the most incredible questions. When someone comes to you and they're like, I have this scenario and I don't know what to do. I don't know. I don't know. You don't want to be the one that's like, I know what's best for you. I'll figure it out. I'm going to come in and clean it up. I'm going to be the one that knows. You don't know. So instead, I would rather you maybe ask them questions in a loving, accepting, non-judgmental way. And sometimes they won't be able to answer you, that's fine. If it's a question that you're really channeling, let's say, from your higher self. And then remember too, sometimes it might be helpful to put yourself in their shoes, but you're not in their shoes. So it just feels like this is going along with the first part of the message, where this could happen in the next month. Someone comes to you and they're like, I don't know what to do with my life. What do I do? And you feel like you know what they should do. And you tell them, don't. How many of you remember, I don't know, maybe your high school days when you had that friend that was with the person that they shouldn't have been with, and you're like, don't be with them, and they're like, but I love them, and you're like, don't be with them, and they're like, but I love them, and then you lose the friend? It's because it's not your place to tell someone how to live their life. It's your place to accept them, to hear them out. It's your place to witness them as they're processing, or as they're going through something, or as they're struggling through something, or maybe they have confusion about something and they're processing it. But, and listen, this is like advice that I'm taking. I'm taking it too, because there are times where in the past I have done this. I have said the thing that I shouldn't have said, because our role here is to empower. We want to empower them to know that they can make the right decision. Oh, it's Michelle's birthday. Happy birthday, Michelle. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. What if they're doing something that muddles your field? Well, first of all, they don't have that permission. You get sovereignty over your field. But if you feel like, I hear what you're saying though, so let me just see a little bit deeper. What I'm seeing is that some of the people that you feel like you can have a conversation with, and like you have it prepped beforehand, but then you get to the conversation, it's like they manipulate you and you're like completely drowning in confusion. You don't know what you were going to say. You're just like, oh, okay. That's like, I think what you're talking about. That's the instance where I would really guide you more to the higher self communication. Sorry, I came in at 7:27, which is my B day, and I keep seeing 7:27. Michelle, we're all this is funny. We're all wishing you happy birthday. Happy birthday 5 months ago. I'm glad to have you here, Maricoma. Okay. So yeah, when I call this business Soul Healing with Bree, it's because our souls are this bounty, this eternal, effervescent, amazing. It's us. And if we tune into the soul heals everything. So that's why it's Soul Healing with Bree. But your souls themselves, we're just getting more in touch with them, getting more in tune with them. But the soul itself doesn't need healing. I want to be kind of clear about that. That's a misconception. Okay, let's do some more cards. We have cards right here. Look at this. Right here. Let's actually practice the clairs. So this first card here, I want you to just tune in to anything that you might get from this first card. And hopefully we'll all gather on 727. Okay, so any guesses? Not guesses, but they would be intuitive clairs. Okay, we're just going to do it. The Great Mother. I love this family here. You feel communication? Tune into it. Yeah, there's a lot of communication coming through in this. For each of you individually, and for us collectively. Surrender to the mystery, fall into her arms. What I'm receiving right now is that the Divine Mother and the Divine Father are being reborn. I want to say this again. The Divine Mother, the Divine Father are being reborn through us. I'm going to say it again. The Divine Mother, the Divine Father are being reborn through us. And do you want to know what's really important that's also being reborn too? Is the Divine Child. The Divine Child. We're birthing something entirely new on the planet right now. Sure, it's a glimmer like Lemuria, and it's a glimmer like Atlantis, and it's a glimmer like that one life, and it's a glimmer like that one archetype that you've experienced billions of times in your soul. Sure, it's like those, but it's something new. Brand new. New. The glimmer so far is the best. So it's going to be a lot of glimmer. It's going to be a lot of glimmer in the next 3 years. It's going to be a lot of glimmer. Dolores Cannon, wonderful. Her stuff is powerful. Her stuff is powerful. She's a big inspiration for me, Dolores Cannon. 2027. So we still have a lot of work to do, though. I want to be the one to say this. We have a lot of work to do before we can get to what we're all thinking of for 2027. You're all doing the waves, the 3 waves of volunteers. You're all doing the work, but there's still many millions of souls that aren't. So it's going to take some time, because something like the events that are coming in 2027, they're potentialities. They're still potentialities. They're not for sure. I know that all of you want 2027 to be what we all know 2027 is going to be. But the truth is, if humanity isn't ready, we won't be able to experience that. So it feels like all of you, all 48 of you, part of your role is going to be preparing humanity to become cosmic citizens again, multidimensional citizens again, to become one with the cosmos again. We're kind of like this stepchild that's like been kicked down and stuck in a little cage by itself for a while, and we're all like by ourselves down here. But the cage is gone now. The cage has been transmuted. So now, again, it's like that Technicolor coat. The cage, to a lot of humans, feels safe. The cage to a lot of humans feels safe. They're like, oh, well, okay, I like this. Because this cage means it's just Earth. And it's just Earth. And okay, there's a lot of humans, and there's so many humans, and there's so many different ways of humans, and that's a lot to deal with already. So I'm going to just stay in the cage with the Earthlings. This is what I like. This is what I know. This is what a lot of humans are doing. So you are all not doing that. You have already all just broken out of the cage. You're going to other cages. You're breaking those people out of those cages. You've found a treasure trove of other cages that you didn't even know were there. And there's a whole bunch of people there in cages. And you're going in there and you are breaking them all out of those cages. I feel Bashar right here, really, like a lot. Some of you are going to be doing that in the next year. You're going to be helping people set themselves free. But again, some of these cages, this is so funny. I guess they're just going to go with this analogy here. They're saying some of these cages, like you're going to be sitting outside the, this is so funny. Okay, let me just say it. Let me just get it out before I start laughing more. Okay. What they're showing me is that some of you might go to a cage and there's maybe a person or people in the cage. Okay? Person or people in the cage. I don't ever actually trans-channel Bashar, but he does come in. And they're saying you're going to be sitting, and this is the Akashic Records Keeper Guides, just by the way. They're saying you're going to be sitting outside this cage with the keys. You're going to be sitting there with the keys, holding them in your hand. Maybe it's on a little circle. You got every key to everything. And you're sitting there and you've got the keys. And the beings that are in the cage are like, No, I don't want to be out of the cage. So what do? Do you open it anyway? Or do you let the beings that are in the cage keep their sovereignty? Because what I'm showing is that from a higher self vantage point, so not from our ego, but from our higher self vantage point, we will see that there are beings in that cage who are choosing to use their free will to be in the cage. So for us to go and just open it anyway, we're robbing them of their sovereignty. They won't feel empowered by that. They'll be mad at you. It's the same thing I talked about with some of you probably have high school scenarios or younger year scenarios where you tried to break that person out of their bad relationship or whatever. And then they're damning you because they like the cage. They want the cage. So it feels like this message to prepare us for the end of the year is really offer your assistance wherever you feel necessary, but let the other parties be the ones to choose whether or not they're going to accept it. And if they say, no, I'm not going to accept it, okay, then you need to walk away. You need to walk away. Because forcing the healing of someone or forcing someone else to be saved or forcing someone else to have this religious belief, how many of us have been there? You must believe this. You must believe this. Are you ever going to really believe someone when they're coming to you demanding you hold a belief that you don't already hold? No, you're not. You're going to go, screw you. Okay, let's see what this, let's see. So fall into her arms. What I'm sensing is that a lot of you are in cold areas for the winter. Those of you that aren't, this probably wouldn't apply. But for those of you that are in cold areas for the winter, lock the cage back. We're not locking anyone in cages, but we are offering to help if they want it, But the Divine Mother is Mama Gaia, is what I would like you to consider Mama Gaia. So, yeah. So the cold months, those of you that are like me, where you really rely on like the barefoot walking on the earth and things like that, what they're showing me is crystals, to bring some crystals into the home, to maybe lean a little bit more into the fire element. Bashar says 3i Atlas is a comet with ET tech for observation, but no beings on board. I wouldn't use those same terminologies, but I do sort of agree. It's an interdimensional, though. It's an interdimensional 3i Atlas. I just found out a few days ago when I channeled it. He said that at the Gaia conference. I don't really process it as a comet, to be honest. Oh my gosh, that makes me kind of question Bashar a little bit. That's weird. It's an interdimensional. We're gonna try to grasp it and understand it, but it's gonna be tough. It's a being. Yeah, it's a being. There's not beings on board. There's not beings on board. But it does feel to be remotely connected across the veils. So it's interdimensional, meaning it's not just here in this third dimension. It's in other dimensions at the same time. It's not really a craft either. My guides are saying that like none of us really fully understand. Personally, I don't get good vibes from Bashar and Daryl Inca. Interesting. Yeah, we got to remember that. Thank you, Luke. It's multiple timelines. So there's all of these possibilities, potentialities exist. It's which one are we choosing? Let me just, I've got 3 Atlas in my consciousness. Let me see. It's very benevolent. It's very benevolent. It's also so ancient. It's so ancient. We're never going to be able to conceptualize it here as humans. We can certainly try, but you need to be in the Akashic records to really understand what this thing is. Okay, let's get this card. The Anointed. Answer the call, leadership, empowerment, soul gifts. It gives my body the feel of familiarity. It feels like a very, very ancient memory. The NASA thing was hilarious. I moderated the comment section. Stefan Burns aired it, and we kept a comment section going because we wanted to make sure that people had a chance to because NASA shut down their comment section. So we let everybody talk and chat. It was like 15,000 people in the comment section saying all the same thing. It was so funny. It was so funny. Everyone was so irritated. It was such a crap show. It was such a crap show. I'm not gonna lie, my ego was pissed. My ego was like, what? I've always loved NASA and this is crap. But my soul was like, okay, yeah, this doesn't make sense. Doctorate images too, I'll just throw that in here. Okay, so the Anointed, answer the call, leadership, empowerment. The Anointed. I'm getting something about 3i Atlas and Anointed. So what I'm sensing, let me see if I'm getting this right. Yes, okay. I'm just having a conversation in my head with 3i Atlas. And, okay. So what I'm seeing is that as this plasma is here, that some of it came from 3i Atlas, we would be best served to anoint our chakras. This is what I'm hearing. And then they're showing me that if you anoint your chakras while 3i Atlas is still in our solar system, it's going to be leaving March, April-ish. Yeah, March, April-ish. Seedship actually feels like one of the first terms that I'm hearing that feels a little true. Okay. You just take like a little bit of oil, like you can use olive oil, coconut oil, whatever oil agrees with you, with like a drop or two of an essential oil of your choosing, and anoint your chakras. Because what I'm seeing is it did seed consciousness. It seeded multidimensional consciousness. So part of its role here is to seed multidimensional consciousness. Part of its role is to seed multidimensional consciousness. Do you think that none of us are going to be able to handle this like alien situation unless we understand multidimensionality? If we don't understand multidimensionality first, it won't go so well. So that is what I want to guide you all to in the next year, in 2026. Closing this year, yes, this is the end of year reading, blah, blah, blah. But a lot of what we're doing right now is prepping for 2026. 2026, you all thought 2024 and 2025 was like this great awakening, this massive awakening. 2026 takes those 2 years and puts them to shame. It's like, The way that they're showing this is the way that my guides are showing it to me. They're showing me 2026 is going to be like it's kind of like a domino effect where people start to wake up with these domino effects. And it reminds me of the Fibonacci. It's like I'm seeing like a few people wake up in a community and then the whole community wakes up. A few people wake up in the community, the whole community wakes up. A few people wake up in the community, the whole community wakes up. A few people wake up in the community, the whole community wakes up. Sometimes it's internet. Sometimes it's a community that's on the internet, and it's like it starts on the internet and then it goes into each one of the vessels of the people connecting on that internet space. And then it starts to seed in their communities, in their proximal range. They've been saying proximal a lot. Okay, let me see here. Let me just see if the guides have anything else. This was a pretty expansive session today. What they're saying is find peace in what you're letting go of. Find curiosity and grace in what you're opening up to. And let go of the clutching to create or make decisions for any being that is not you. If we can do these things, my guides are saying, you're good. You're gonna be just fine. But we gotta keep coming back to some pillars like sovereignty, like unity consciousness, like, am I harmonizing this? Or am I throwing a grenade in the room? If you're throwing a grenade in the room, step back, put the grenade down. Just put it down. Put it down, walk away. Maybe do something with the grenade. I mean, anyone could find this grenade, so probably like put it somewhere safe. But so the message today, I'll just reiterate, as emotions continue to be pretty volatile for planet Earth, be really cognizant of what you're coming at people with. You might get tempted to throw their grenades. Don't throw the grenade. Okay. It might feel good in the moment, but then you're going to have years and years of cleanup to do. You don't want to. You just don't do it. I feel like some of you are hearing me say don't do it, and now you want to do it because you're rebels. That's okay. I'm a rebel too. I get it. So maybe I should say throw it to you. I don't know. So sovereignty, unity consciousness, harmonizing, and balance. Focus on balance. If you can do anything for the rest of the year, focus on balance. It's a pretty expansive topic. Find balance in your body. Find balance in your mind. Find balance in your relationships. Find balance in how you're spending your time. Find balance in how you're thinking. Find balance in how you're operating. Find balance in how you're experiencing the newness or what might feel like a quantum shift. Find balance. You were about to go Karen on someone today. So we're not going to go Karen on anyone. We're just going to let everyone experience their own holiday season. It brings up a lot for people. So please just give grace. You know, I'm not saying just like be fake with anyone, but I am saying people have enough to deal with right now. And most of the stuff that these people have to deal with, you're never even going to know about it. And especially the people that you see show up in the world and they're serving, maybe like me, you're probably not ever going to know about the struggles that they have. But I wouldn't guide you to adding to anyone else's struggles. Not at this time of year. And in closing, does anyone have any questions? We sat with a lot of authenticity today, and we moved through a lot today. Hello, Pia. Thank you, Joshua. So no closing questions? We all feel pretty good about this? When you're going to know when to put the grenades down, the keys down? Oh, good. Mystical Blue Eyes, that's good. I'm glad. Sometimes we have to move through some of these trickier topics, but we make it through, and we make it through together. Thank you, Raymond. Thank you, Nicole. Okay, so I think we're going to close this today. This will be in the Energy Healing membership. It really was a powerful one. Didn't really see this one coming. I didn't really see this one coming, but it was good. So anyone want to drop a word of something that was prominent for them? I'm seeing lots of gratitude, and I am reciprocating that gratitude as well. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Clarity. Self-care. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Dee. Thank you, Luke. Happy tears. Oh, okay, good, good. We like the happy tears. And the sad tears have value as well. No idea what you're talking about, Maricoma. I think you changed your name midterm. Put the pin. Put the pin back in the grade. Yes. It's okay to be selfish. Thank you, Luke. That's one I think a lot of people in this group really need to hear. Be the frequency, and be your own frequency. Don't just be the frequency. Be your own frequency. And it really feels like I need to say what Luke just said. This is the season to be a little bit more selfish, as the world is remembering what we are. Because you got to take care of yourself before you can take care of others. And if you do have that goal, let's say that that's your heart song, you want to help others, you want to be the light, you want to beam love into this world, it's got to start from you. It's got to start from authentic self-love. And so that may mean that you have to put yourself before others at times. But do whatever is needed for you to take care of yourself. All right, and let's take a deep breath together. Hold, 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 and release. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I appreciate each and every single one of you. I will be back here the next chance I get, but of course, each Friday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'll get this one uploaded this afternoon, and everyone just have a beautiful, beautiful weekend in life, and have some acceptance with whatever it is that's unfolding in your life right now. Just have some acceptance, some grace, and some self-love through all of it. Okay, namaste.